Alright, I wanted to do a quick review of this Harbor Freight Central Machine 20-inch drill press. This one is a model 39955. Harbor Freight also has the model 61484, which they are pretty much identical. Real quickly, I was looking at a drill press because I have a smaller benchtop one, but I wanted one that could drill a 3/4 inch diameter hole through 4 inches of mild steel. I looked at various brands from Delta to Grizzly to Wen to a bunch of others. One thing I noticed, that almost all the 20-inch drill presses are all the same castings. Slightly different motors, slightly different speeds, so the pulleys are probably different. Tables are for the most part the same. Height, overall, everything's pretty much the same. I ended up going with the Harbor Freight one because one was the cost, two was I didn't have to pay shipping. I got it from the store, which is 10 minutes away from me, and it was powerful enough for what I want to do. And another benefit was it goes slow enough. It has 12 speeds from 180 to 3,865. It can accept up to 3/4 inch chuck, or the drill can take up to a 3/4 inch shank. But for my drilling, I have all my bits are at most 1/2 inch diameter shanks, so they all fit. The chuck does work tight, even with it being a no-name brand. The table, the finish was a little sharp on the edge. I took care of that in a minute and a half with a file. I went around and got all the edges to make sure I don't catch a glove or my finger or anything getting it cut. Other things I had to do is, good wipe off the oil that comes on all the bare metal and put on something. I like to use wax just because I don't like the oily feeling of what it comes with, or if I were to put any other oil on it. Some cons that people write are it has nowhere to put the chuck key, but also from Harbor Freight I got that little magnetic parts holder, and that works perfect for holding the chuck. I also get the little squeeze bottle. In this case I have oil. I got that from Harbor Freight, and even the chip brush for $1.50, just to keep the table clean, get all the swarf out from in those grooves. It does not come with a bulb for the lamp, but I had a bulb at home. It's a little high wattage. It kind of melted it a little there, but that's the least of my worries. It comes with a little coolant system with a flexible hose and 2 bottles. So there's one bottom to catch, one at the top to dispense, and it works, but I never use it because I prefer just a regular squeeze bottle or that little oil bottle. When I did get it, it came with the tins a little disformed, but the aesthetic problem with that doesn't bother me as much as long as it doesn't affect the function. And it didn't, because luckily it didn't rub up against the belts or the pulleys or anything. Belt changing for the speeds is not that hard at all. There's a little nut here to loosen, this lever to tighten. Let me tighten that, and it's all good. So that's fairly effortless. I've had it for 6 months now, and I use it pretty much every week, drilling up to 3/4 inch diameter holes in steel. So it's been put through its moderate paces, and it's holding up very well. I'll turn it on here in a second. I have it on a 30 amp breaker, and so are the lights, so you see the lights dim a little bit, but it runs smooth. And another thing I've noticed, even with these cheap castings, the table is square to the spindle. The table will tilt left or right, 45 degrees either way. But besides that, it is square side to side and forward and back. Not even a tenth of a, well, maybe a tenth of a degree off front and back. But I mean, nothing that affects what I do. Even under weight, and pressure really pulling down on those handles, it still stays fairly square, which is awesome because that means that 4-inch long hole that I'm drilling through steel at least stays straight. So I've been very happy with this machine so far. So if you're looking for a more powerful floor model drill press and you want some objective opinions about it, there you go.